Hello everybody, welcome back, and it is time to shiny hunt a bit more. I thankfully had another Sandile outbreak, and hopefully this one is going to be slightly less cursed than our previous Sandile outbreak, which was incredibly cursed, because we went through 5 sandwiches without getting a single shiny. We went through 5 sandwiches before we got one. We went through 5 sandwiches in total, and we only got 1 shiny. Ugh, I can't speak, words are hard. I am hoping this time Sandile is going to be nicer to me, and also that wiggling fried fillet was unsettling. Hello there, Ever. How are you doing? Hello there, Among Us, Thunderous. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're all doing well. And again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. But you guys are rocking and rolling, everyone. So, Metroid Dread, the Dread-editing has gone quite well. I am up to original file 6 of 21, but it is worth noting that one of those files, file 11, there's actually no footage on it. It is like literally 1 frame long, so we're actually doing okay enough. We're doing pretty good. It's still taking a lot of time to work through all the files, but it's taking time. But we are slowly working through the files. And progress is being made. I mean, the good thing is that progress will always be made on the thing. And I have finished episode 1 and episode 2. So, with episode 1 and 2 finished, stop the markers. With episode 1 and 2 finished, I have a few days to sort of go through and re-record everything. Because episode 1 took probably 5 hours to actually finish on its own. Episode 1 was a beast. Episode 2 took a lot less time. Episode 3 is kind of taking a while. But episode 3 is also kind of a boss fight. And the boss fight ones were the only ones I anticipated outside of episode 1 that would actually be complicated to actually fix everything. So it's going good. But yeah, there is going to be a sort of behind the scenes video that we're going to be doing about Metroid Dread, which is going to go in, like, of course, the editing of Metroid Dread, but also just my general editing for videos. Because I have kind of wanted to make a video about the behind the scenes things for a while. The only thing that kind of kept me off of doing it was I didn't think that people would want to see it. But hello there, Ori, Masri, how are you doing? I think it's been a while. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well. And we are just wandering back and forth looking for this little buckle thing. Yeah, I got a plan for that. I've got a lot of plans for that. And I look forward to having Dread finished. But yeah, the only issue I'm sort of dealing with right now is like the amount of files that it's actually going to consume, because Metroid Dread, when it comes to the actual recording thing, the game is huge. As in, like, the file sizes that every video file makes are massive compared to the other video file sizes for, like, other games. You're shiny. You look different. You're not shiny. You're not shiny. Back to Pokemon from a long break. The shinies appear in the overworld. So, did you ever play Let's Go Pikachu or Legends Arceus? Because the shinies will appear in the overworld, but there's no, like, sparkles around them. So you have to identify the shiny. So you have to know what the shiny looks like, or at the very least know what the color scheme of the base one is, well enough to notice when something is different. I know that shiny Sandal is yellow. I'm back to Pokemon from the long break. How shiny? But yeah, basically, shiny under the new games is literally just walk around and wait to see one that's just different. But yeah, I know the shiny for Sandal, what it looks like. It's just that some of the times, some the regular ones can appear as shiny. There we go, right as we're talking about it. There's the shiny. There's the luck. All right. Finally, these sandwich are no longer cursed. That's a W right there. Little golden boy. Golden boy. And again, if you guys haven't done so, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe. Come on. Alright. Get the ball. We have to get 3 of them. We're gonna get one for we're gonna get a shiny Sandal, a shiny Crocodile, and a shiny Crocorock, because we are doing a shiny living Pokedex. So we fully intend to eventually evolve one. We've actually already gotten the entire Garchomp thing. So yeah, we are getting a shiny of every single Pokemon that can be shiny hunted. That is not including Mythicals, because Mythicals are sort of kind of outside the area of the shiny dex. It's weird how this works. But we're going to be hunting Arceus eventually. Eventually a Arceus will be hunted. In BDSP. Get the ball. Take. It's not going to catch it, though. It has to do the Wiggle Wiggle Shake Shake to be a guaranteed catch. When it comes, well, to know that you catch it, because it's a shorthand the game has. But it will always do the critical catch sound, even if it actually isn't a critical catch. It isn't a glitch. A lot of people think it is a glitch. It is actually an intentional shortcut that was programmed in the game to basically tell you instantly, is it actually caught? Not caught. But it's a good shorthand, so you don't get, like, the perspective. Oh, trust me, we're going to catch it. We are going to catch it. We will... If it uses Struggle, that's going to be a long number of turns before it actually has to struggle out. Hi, Kayla. Hi, Kayla. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. I am not a forehead, Kayla. I am not a forehead. I'm a dumbass, but I'm not a forehead. Myth. Always myth. It's like Bleak Wind Storm. I can never land Hypnosis. Ever. I can never land. Like, Bleak Wind Storm might be my least favorite move of the entire Pokemon franchise, just because there are so many times I miss critical Bleak Wind Storm that I need to land, and they just don't land. But as time is going on, I'm getting a bit better at it. You're not really using Tornadus for actual... You're not using Tornadus as a damage dealer. There's a catch. Something to speed or do a Pokemon. Well, the thing is, you can't really do that. You would need to have every single encounter be shiny, which no one is going to be able to do that because the amount of time you'd have to run that over and over again. It's the math really doesn't work for that one. It would statistically, it's very, very unlikely. Not impossible, but, like, the odds are literally in, like, well beyond the trillions. To the point of, like, statistically, it would be more or less impossible. Oh yeah, we still need to get a Capsic. We still need to get one more shiny Capsicad. No, we're not turning Marauder into battle form. We just need it in there. We're in value about to get bided by Sandal. Yeah, that's what Confusion does. That's what Confusion and Sandstorm does, because Confusion rebounds your attack set into you, also because it's Swagger, it was boosted by +2, meaning that I would do a lot of damage to myself because Iron Valiant's a glass cannon, and then the Sandstorm just deals chip damage. Yeah. Iron Valiant is not bulky. It has one of the best typings in the game from an offensive perspective, but its bulk is laughable. And I think that is the only thing that holds Iron Valiant back. If it had... Like, if you could lop off, say, 30 points from its special attack and just put those into its special defense, I think Iron Valiant would probably be maybe not as good as Fluttermane, but it would be like a solid third best Paradox Pokemon. Because, like, Iron Bundle and Fluttermane are kind of, like, the 1 and 2 best. I will die on the hill if I think Fluttermane is the single best one. But Iron Valiant's very, very not great comparatively. But if it just had a little bit of a different stat line to where its special defense was a little higher, it would be so much better. Hello there, Metal Mental. How are you doing? Can one of the mods go grab Metal's link? It's why I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens when Tapu Koko gets re-added to the game, because I'm not a big fan of Tapu Koko. It's probably my least favorite of the Tapus. Actually, no. Bulu is... The funny thing is, Metagross being in the DLC, I don't really care. Metagross might be my favorite Pokemon, but I actually never really use it in anything. And I guess I don't really care that Metagross is coming back, because it doesn't really affect me. But yeah, I get asked that a lot, and it's general indifference to it. The thing I'm really excited to see back is Excadrill. It's almost been a year since I started streaming, being said, and that's the community. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how fast, like, you grow when it comes to streaming. We've been streaming for 2 years at this point, and the channel's gotten so much bigger than I would have expected. It's huge. But yeah. I'm not a big fan of Tapu Koko, but I have a feeling once it comes back into the game, then the future Paradoxes are going to get a bit more viable. Because right now, you're not really running future Paradox Pokemon. If you are, you're running them with the booster energy, because you want them to get that stat boost off. You run Fluttermane alongside a Torkoal or some sort of Sunsetter, because Sun is a legitimately valuable weather condition because it helps kind of mitigate Urshifu right now. But electric terrain, it isn't worth teching electric terrain as a coverage move onto a Pokemon unless you're, like, running an electric terrain Thundurus team, or specifically to counter Amoonguss. No, I don't use Delphox. I don't like Delphox. I don't like any of the Kalos starters. But yeah, Rain teams actually are not my preferred weather. My preferred weather is sand. And that's because I'm a big fan of Tyranitar. I'm a big fan of Excadrill. I'm a big fan of it. Learns. Take a moment. Yeah, I know. Thank you very much for that, Metal. Yeah, Delphox learns a lot of weird things, but you wouldn't use Delphox on a Rain team because Rain weakens Fire-type moves. And that's kind of Delphox's main thing. Generally, you run Rain teams to counter Fire-types. So it would be very counterintuitive to actually run Delphox on a Rain team. The only reason I think you would probably run a Delphox on a Rain team is if you're using that to beat Grass and Steel types. But the biggest threat to a Rain team is actually other Water types. Namely, when Lapras was in the game, Lapras was like the biggest threat to them because, well, Water Absorb and Freeze Dry. Walking Lake. That's gonna be a nightmare to deal with when it comes to being legal in VGC. But I don't see Walking Wake being legal in VGC until after DLC 2. That wasn't a shiny Hippopotas. But yeah, Walking Wake is not going to be legal in VGC until like a good couple of months. Very likely it's going to be a bit of a big issue when it does get legal for VGC, because it's going to be the only viable... It's going to be the only water type that can actually be used on a Sun team. I do not watch One Piece now. Yeah, it's going to be terrifying to deal with. Because, like, Walking Wake is such an interesting Pokemon from a moveset perspective. I think it wasn't meant to be someday a left Chan. It wasn't a shiny Hippopotas. It wasn't a shiny Hippopotas. But yeah, that's one that I'm gonna be getting eventually when it comes to this. Eventually that hunt's gonna happen. When it comes to the hunt in the Sato Desert, and like, well, not just the Sato Desert, but like when it comes to any hunt that is a monotype in an area of a bunch of Pokemon that share that exact same typing, I am not going to shiny hunt them when it comes to no sandwiches and no outbreaks. I'm gonna do that as an outbreak one. What are you hunting? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You mean watching right now? I'm not really watching. I watch like YouTube videos mostly. Like, I watch like YouTubers, like in general, like documentaries. I don't really watch like anime. I'm an anomaly. Oh, hunting Sandow with a dark power sandwich right now, so all dark stuff is boosted for shiny odds. But the good thing is, the only dark type in Sato Desert, other than Cacnea, is Sandow. And Cacnea, I believe, does not spawn around here, as well as I have an outbreak for Sandow. And we just need one more Sandile. And then that part of the Living Shiny Dex is finished. And I have a plan for if I do end up getting a shiny Sandile, I can just go hunt for Villalon. Yeah. I find the history fascinating. Like every Pokemon. I feel like Pokemon just suddenly dying every time. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Because, like, the exact opposite, honestly, is true. Pokemon is selling more games than it has ever sold before. That was a pretty good one. Interesting. Yeah, for me, it's I like history. A large part of that comes from there's so much fascinating things in history. It's just the way schools teach history is the most vapid and bland thing. There's a lot of people playing Pokemon. You gotta remember, Ari. You hear people saying that they're dissatisfied with Pokemon, but those are the people who will go and say it. The people who are going to go and like be the most vocal about things are the ones that are generally the most adverse to things. So the people who dislike the games the most are going to be ones that talk about, not playing the games that much. So you get sort of a biased, overinflated view against something. The Pokemon games are doing better than they've ever done before. It's just that now, because of the internet, things seem worse than they really are. It's the silent majority. And it's actually really not that uncommon for people to actually not finish a game. A lot of the time, people actually just do not finish video games. I remember, I forget, I think it was Xbox or PlayStation. I looked at the trophies or achievements you get for beating the game. And I remember seeing for one of them, oh yeah, 40% of players have the achievement for having beaten the game. it's not very uncommon for a significant portion, for like a third to half of the players, to just never beat a game. Then they finish the game and I'll play it again. Well, the thing with Pokemon, there's a lot of stuff to do even after you've beaten the game. Like, there's shiny hunting. Like, I would probably replay Pokemon eventually, but I do competitive. I do shiny hunting. If I were to restart the game and do it again, I would reset all of my, like, competitive resources I've grinded up, and, I could just make a new profile and play on that. So, Pokemon's kind of one of the games where there is replayability, but also there is theoretically an infinite amount of time you can do stuff despite having beaten the game. So when it comes to franchises, Pokemon is truly an anomaly. There really is no series or even franchise like Pokemon, with the amount of just, like, cross-generational overlap, with the amount of sort of theoretically infinite content. The closest really is, like, shooters, where it's like, oh, you're just playing multiplayer for whatever things, but even then, it's like, well, you finish getting all the camos in, like, Call of Duty, well, then what do? You get max level prestige. What then is there? But with Pokemon, there's shiny hunting, there is competitive battling. There's no end cap for, like, what to do in Pokemon. Which is, it's fascinating. And the now raid dens, yeah. Well, to be fair, Metal, raid dens are basically for filling out the Pokedex and also competitive things. So, raid dens kind of feed into one element of that. Yeah, there's something that, like, it's why Pokemon is such an interesting franchise. There is literally something for everyone. The only other series that I think has that something for everyone is, of all things, Kirby. But even then, Kirby is not a series for everyone. It's not for everyone. Though one of my favorite things is when people say Kirby games are too easy. Clearly you have never tried 100%ing a Kirby game. Those games are nightmares to 100%. And I love it. Like, I love the Kirby games. They're great. They're so screwed up and dark when you really think about it. But it's under this veneer of a happy pink puffball that inhales things. Like, even Kirby's main power-up in those games, his main power, is he inhales enemies and eats them, and then absorbs their power to use against other enemies. That is beyond dark when you really think about it. Hello there, Owen Loves Games. How are you doing today? Hope you are doing delightful. And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And speaking of Kirby, where is Kirby and the Forgotten Land? There's Dreamland Deluxe. There it is. Gonna be starting this one soon. Yeah, 0-2 or 0 squared. It's like, Kirby games are so screwed up and dark, and I love it. It's like, I love lore on this. It's like one of the reasons why I love listening to documentaries is because many years ago I enjoyed listening to, like, gaming lore dumps. Like, I would listen to, like, a 6-hour-long video of someone explaining the Call of Duty Zombies lore. And I would just binge things like that with Halo, with Call of Duty Zombies, and with, like, all these games. And eventually that just morphed into, like, just, like, documentaries and stuff. Happy Tree Friend and Friends. Yep. Again, Kirby is... It's a series where when you really think about the implications, it's very, very, very messed up and dark. At the same time, it keeps under this just veneer of happiness! There's the final Sandile! Let's go! Curse is broken! We're done with it. And now it is on to Vivillon. Now it's Vivillon hunting. The stupid bug. For those who don't know, I'm not a fan of Kalos, and I am not a fan of Discount Butterfree. So, we are going to be hunting for Discount Butterfree. Not gonna be fun. Not gonna be fun for you. Looking for Discount Butterfree. Yeah, I know. I know the stupid number. Funny number. Funny number. Funny is I don't really find the number that funny. It's like, it's for me, it's a number. It's just a number. Yeah. It's just a, to me, it's just a number. Like, it's nothing special, it's just a number. But yeah, I was never really a big fan of Vivillon, because I saw it as, it's just Butterfree. And I was never a big fan of Butterfree. It's kind of the same reason I'm not really a big fan of, like, Cinderace, because I see Cinderace as being, like, kind of like Blaziken 0.7. That's, yeah, like, 0.7 is my little end suffix I give to things that I say are, like, a knockoff version of a thing. Like how I call Azelf, Mewtwo 0.7. And now, that's Sandile. Captured. Sandile Claw. Sandile is now finished for the Living Shiny Dex. That's done. Yeah, I call them, like, knockoff things. I just call them knockoff. Okay, none of them are marked. None of our Sandile have been marked. Little disappointed. But beggars cannot be choosers. Also, we can just hatch a bunch of eggs as well. Were you marked? I don't think you were marked. Yeah, no, they were not marked. Pretty good. Best. Pretty good. Okay. Yeah, none of them had any, like, super stellar IVs. But, yeah, we're good. Everything is good for this. We've got a few minutes left on the sandwich, so we might as well... Wait, is Cacnea actually part dark? I don't think it is. I think it's just pure grass. Pretty sure Cacnea is pure dark, but pure grass. Poison bug. Yeah, it's pure grass. It wouldn't be boosted by this. So there's no point in going for a dark sandwich. I mean, again, we can do our favorite pastime whenever we're running a fairy or a dark sandwich. We go to Lagtree Forest because we still need to get the shiny Grimmsnarl family at some point. And I would very much prefer to get a shiny Grimmsnarl before the Elite Battle League starts, because Grimmsnarl is on my team, and I would love nothing more than a shiny Grimmsnarl to fight Gyarados, to fight Timmy B, to fight... Yeah, I call it... the thing is, I didn't even come up with Lagtree Forest, or Lagtree Thicket, or whatever it's called. Well, it sort of came out of everyone calls Lake Castleroya Lag Lake. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to call it Lagtree Thicket. Oh yeah, Lagtree Thicket. Because, like, you change one letter and it's Tagtree Thicket. You change one letter and it's Lagtree Thicket. Works. The name speaks for itself. Exactly. Because this is the only area of the game that I will say the performance issues do legitimately bother me outside of the water areas. But the water areas in games are never good. Generally, water areas are the most despised of games, so that's like par for the course. This is the only spot of the game where I can feel the game slowing down. Because there is so much here, because the grass and the trees, all the colors, it's it's the only area I think it's too much. I get what they wanted to do with it, because, like, this is Atticus's area, and, like, you know, Grafii, or Grafifi, or whatever the frick you pronounce that thing's name. Like, this is its area, so, like, of course the trees are gonna be, you know, painted. But I think it's the one sin the game commits, in my opinion, is trying too heavily on lag tree thickets. Because again, everywhere else, I don't really have an issue with their slowdown. Because it's localized and it's small. Lag tree thicket is the only place it bothers me. It is the singular outlier. Hello there, Crocodile 100. We just acquired the shiny Croco that is Sandile. How are you doing? Hello there, Forehead Queen. Hello there, Queen Forehead Ash. How are you doing? Short. Hello, Jolly Johnson 3. Hope you're doing delightful. Hope you're doing. How about the SGL? That's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to the SGL challenge. Again, it's gonna be fun. This time I got a better team. Yep, I did. I did, Ash. I'm a bit confused how they made Tears of the Kingdom so good. Yet, spots in this level. The reason why is they were developed by entirely different studios, Crocodile. It comes down to the individual game engine and the efficiency of how well the game actually, like, renders everything. Breath of the Wild, well, Tears of the Kingdom is built off of Breath of the Wild's engine, just modified. This game is built off of Sword and Shield's game engine. It is pushing Sword and Shield's engine well beyond what the engine was ever designed for. That's why this game has, you know, some lag issues. Whereas you have Breath of the Wild, well, you have Tears of the Kingdom, which was built off of Breath of the Wild, which was purpose-built as an open-world game. So, you can kind of think of it like you're trying to put a square peg in a round hole with using the Sword and Shield engine for an open-world game, whereas you're just trying to put the square peg in the square hole when it comes to running Breath of the Wild's Tears of the Kingdom version of the engine as an open world. One was built for it, one simply wasn't. And that's where the big issues come in. You know, they were made by entirely different development studios. Which is the main reason why there are some big differences in play with Kayla! Not Kayla, Ash! Generally it's Kayla who does the super chat. Sorry, Ash. Forehead! Welcome to the Metal Crew. I am sorry, Ash. Generally Kayla's the one doing that. Fine, ban me. Just know, you'll never banhammer me hard enough to make me as short as you are. You are not pure and innocent. And you can't even spell pure right. Come for the suffering, stay for the witty banter. Stay for the witty banter, everyone. Alright, and with that lag tree thicket, we are leaving. Bonk. You're banned. Hey, Ash. You're banned. You're banned. See? And now it is time to go hunt Vivillon. If I actually get Vivillon, I legitimately don't know what we're hunting after this. Meta, you sure spoon. I'm a forehead, but I'm not spoon-fed. I will accept the forehead. I will not accept being spoon-fed when I am not spoon-fed. It took us 7 sandwiches and 2 outbreaks to get Sand Isle. That is an average of 2 1/3 sandwiches per shiny, when statistically, it's 1 sandwich per shiny. I'm not spoon-fed. Not spoon-fed. But now it is time for some things. Big sandwich. Great ham. Okay, so no, the sandwich we created before is not one. Okay, so if I remember the sandwich, it is 1 thing of prosciutto, 1 of each of the peppers, and a double of potato salad, and that should be bug power? Physically, your mascot is psychic type. No one else. The mascot's psychic. Psychic types have spoons, and therefore you are spoon-fed. So here's the thing. It's also, it's not just psychic. It's steel. It is steel. Not just psychic. I mean, it's better that I have a steel robot as my mascot than an electric rat. I mean, you could say shots fired. Because they are. You know exactly what I just said, Ash. And if you need clarification, you can rewind the stream and play it over and over again. I stand by what I said. I stand by what I say. And this is why we love you, Ash. It's so fun to mess with you. It's so entertaining. Let's get stupid with Elon. Let's get the stupid bug. Get the stupid butterfly. Is it a butterfly or a moth? I think it's a butterfly. It is. It is, Ash. Do you deny the entertainment comedy value of messing with you? Because if you deny it, you're just lying. Now let's get the stupid butterfly. Now, I do know what Shiny Vivillon looks like. So this shouldn't be too much of a hair-pulling experience. But it doesn't change the fact I just don't like Vivillon. It doesn't change that I despise Vivillon. Oh, right, you can also get the Vespiquen here. Granted, oh, crud. We already have the Gombi family. Do you think if Ash does that, I can Thanos snap Ash? Ash might have 1 Infinity Stone, but I have all 5. I see all 6. I think it's 6 of them, right? I think it's 6. Okay, so I have power over Ash in this place. This is my domain. This is my place. She can't have power over there. I do have power, Ash. I do have power. I have power enough to make Pichu evolve into Pikachu, and then evolve Pikachu into Raichu. I have that power. That is the only power I need. I just gotta get a Thunderstone, break it into pieces, and then just scatter the Thunderstone dust. And all of your Pikachu will evolve into Raichu. I have all the power I could ever want. But they do exist, Ash. But they do. Remember, who's the trained geologist here? Good, to destroy the Metagrossite. The thing is, the Metagross revert back to Mega... See, here's the thing. You can't just throw a Metagrossite at a Metagross and then get it to Mega Evolve. You need the Keystone. And if you don't have the Keystone, you can't Mega Evolve it. So therefore, I still win. I've outsmarted you. You have been outbrained. Stop winning! It's not fun when I don't win. Of course it's fun when I win, Ash. How's it doing? How's it doing? It's going pretty good. We're actually hunting Vivillon right now. We got the shiny Sandile and the other shiny Sandile, and now we're hunting Vivillon. Jetman is bullying me. You came in and bullied first, Ash. You threw the first rock. I merely retaliated. This is why we say, Ash, you are a glass cannon. You can dish it out, but you can't take it. See? You are just proving yourself to be a glass cannon. I can't throw the first punch. You can't reach me! Exactly. No, you can't take it, Ash. We've been over this before. You can't take it. Yeah, you can't. And this is why you are very entertaining. Hello, Zebney Beckman. How you doing? Boy. Well, Ash, you know what the good thing is about being a small target? Less likely to get hit. Which helps with evasion. We got 2 shinies so far. That's all you have missed. And now we're shiny hunting Vivillon. We got Sandile. We got the other Sandile. So we finished the family. And we are going to Vivillon because we still need the stupid French butterfly. Like, what even is Vivillon? Is it a butterfly or is it a... I think it's a butterfly. You say that like I've not already, Ash. You say that like that's anything new. Wugtrio. Wugtrio amuses me so much better than that lame Dugtrio from that bad region known as Kanto. AKA Lametoe. The only thing slightly more lame than Talonlame is Kanto. But Kalos is more lame than Kanto. This was sponsored by Unova Gang. Best region, Unova. And you know why? Because you know it. How does it feel to be on my band counter infinitely? You seem to think that was what I wasn't... You seem to think I wasn't striving for that, Ash. No one will ever have a higher band counter than me. Because if you can't be famous, be infamous. And I win yet again. What did you say before? Stop winning. I'm sorry, I can't. I literally hate that you love all the bands. Just stop winning. No. To that I say, no. And again, Ash, if you don't want me to keep on winning, you can give up anytime, and you can stop my winning streak. But by continuing, all you do is prolong my victories. You have no one to blame but yourself. So, enjoy Uno reverse card. Oh, you're sending in Zawaldo. Okay, Star Platinum. Star Platinum the world. Ooh, or you know, Made in Heaven. You know, I got ways around Zawaldo. Zawaldo. I was the one with Star Platinum. No. Zawaldo is Dio's stand, not Star Platinum. I believe you got your stands mixed up. So, why don't you sit down? It's fun. This always brings a smile on my face. Always fun. Always fun. Well, I guess we have to resurrect Kayla then. Just to activate resurrection mode. See, again, I will admit to being a forehead. I'm not spoon-fed. I will deny I am spoon-fed. So what is Vivillon? It's a butterfly. Okay, so Vivillon is a butterfly. Okay. I had to know if it was a butterfly or not. Again, I don't care for it. But I just want to get it for the living shiny guys. One the trio. I guess actually I can hunt for Pincurchin here. I need to eventually shiny hunt Pincurchin. So I need to figure out the best possible place to hunt for it. Excuse me. Hey, you said we were killing you, Kayla, so we had to resurrect you. Like, you said we were killing you. I proposed a solution. Why am I the bad guy here? And Pikachu. Yeah, we'll shiny on Pikachu when we get an outbreak for it, Ash. When we get an outbreak, we'll go for it. Or, you know, we could go the other way of just endlessly making electric encounter power sandwiches and having any of my actually good Pokemon hunt down and slaughter every single Pikachu we encounter until we find the shiny. So tell me, Ash, which one would you prefer? Oh, this is normal, C-130. This is normal for me and Ash. Yes, I did. I did say actually good Pokemon. Like, insert anything from Unova here. No, I am foaming at the mouth. Stop drinking coffee. Stop drinking those lattes, Ash. You brought up Unova? God, this is too funny. This is too fun. It's just freaking Kanto versus Unova war here right now. Just absolute war zone. Listen, I'm streaming tomorrow. I swear you win this. I'm a foam. What even are you streaming tomorrow, Ash, you forehead? So tomorrow's our regularly scheduled Tears of the Kingdom. And I swear, if you win that deal with I think Shiny Hunt, dying of laughter, can't. You have chosen the wrong side, Stephanie. You have chosen the wrong side. History will remember this. Because Unova is the only correct side. What? No. See, Ash, that's how you lose mod status. That is how you get demoted. Are you sure you want to lose the power to banhammer people, Ash? Are you really sure about this, Ash? I'm giving you one chance. Alright, Ash. You have officially been revoked. You have been revoked. You have lost your power. You have been cast out of the inner circle. You have lost your power. I do not take kindly to that defiance from a forehead. Let alone a forehead as short as you. This is fun. This is fun. Angry Brit band. See, Ash, you could do that if you hadn't lost your power, Ash. Welcome in, Angry Brit. Welcome in. Again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like. Like, Ash, you could have actually done banhammering had you just admitted fault and not defied me. You could still have your power. I mean, bullied by... Ash! When are you not bullied by chat? So here's the thing, Ash. I can silence you. I can silence you. Now, because you are no longer a mod, I can actually silence you. Yes. Do I or do I not? Do I not? Do I or do I not? See, Stephanie's got the right idea. Unova is the best region. See, Stephanie's got the right idea. Stephanie's come around to the right side. You know what? I will not silence you, Ash. As a show of mercy. I almost reset over the shiny! I almost reset over the shiny! Let's go, people! You're a forehead. You're a forehead, Ash. You know what? You know what? I'm feeling generous, Ash. I'm feeling generous today. There, you have been re-promoted. a forehead. You know, see, here's the thing. Because Ash is a mod, she is actually now forehead of security. That's an Iron Man reference, for those who don't know. Forehead of security. Oh yeah, that's the one thing that you were good for in competitive Vivillon, is like you are one of the few Pokemon that actually still gets Safeguard. That's a little terrifying. So Safeguard, Bug Buzz, Quiver Dance. What's your last move? You're not answering. I know you're gonna hurt. You know, it's all you got anyway. See, Rosie, that's a lie. That is a lie right there, Rosie. And that is another shiny that bites Zadusto. Stupid butterflies. Stupid Kalos butterflies. Alright, let's go Route 1. It is a lie, Rosie. It is a lie. And you know, in your heart, it is a lie. They're dumb. They're stupid butterflies. They're stupid butterflies. They're lame butterflies. There's only one actually awesome butterfly. And you know what it is? You know what it is? It's Volcarona. Yeah, welcome in, Slow Trace. How are you doing? Great to see you again. Great to see you again. Oh, can't play a violent copy with all my shit. Wait, what happened? I'm pretty sure Volcarona's a butterfly. Fairly certain. Is Route 1 just straight up not affected by sandwich powers? No, Route 1 has to be affected by sandwich powers. Now we're just looking for, the forehead known as Spupa. Forehead bug Spupa. It's a forehead. Okay, it's fixed one. Okay. What does shiny Spupa even look like? I vaguely remember. Not Spupa, Scatterbug. Spupa's the second form. Really? It's a moth? Interesting. Oh, that's very noticeable. The entire thing is white. Okay, that's actually very noticeable. Now I gotta find where I can find a stupid Scatterbug. Stupid bug. Stupid bug. No, Ash is not a one-head, she's a zero-head. She's like Kirby, she's just head. She is all head. I'm just Kirby. Ash is just a forehead. The forehead just has subsumed everything. No, if I'm anything, I'm DDD because of Hammer. So you're saying is you're a guy. Because DDD is a dude. Oh my gosh, there's a freaking thing I got boosted! Someone get Chem Nation on the line. Somebody get Chem Nation on the phone. We found his Psyduck. And it wasn't even boosted. Always fun. It's always fun when I get this. The curse is finally broken. No, Omar is the Igglybuff. Omar is the Igglybuff. Ash is the Kirby. I'm the Meta Knight. I'm the cool, mysterious one. Plus Sword. That is... What should I Scuba look like? Okay, it's inverted. Why are you Meta Knight? Meta Knight is not Kirby's rival! That's King Dedede! Do you know nothing about Kirby Ash? Do you know nothing? Which was not surprise me. And you succeeded, you forehead. By the way, where's your Master Sword? The sword is not with me right now. We do actually own a sword. And and who's to say I'm not wearing a mask right now? I know your forehead is hollow, Ash. You can play the drums on your head, it's so hollow. See, I would rather not take it. No. So, fun fact about Meta Knight in the Kirby anime is the same guy who voices Brock and James. And just imagining that is Brock and James is just... No. Why? Why is that a thing? But it's so freaking funny. It's like the same when you realize, yeah, the guy who said, it's Jigglypuff as seen from above, is the same guy that voices Bakura. And then, when you realize Professor Birch is played by Yami Yugi, the entire world just implodes. Yeah, there is lore. There is lore. Hello, Grisby. Gets worse, better, the voice of Brock as well as the voice of Kaiba. Yep. Yep. Like, the dude's got range. Like, the guy that voices Brock is... Buddy's got freaking range. Waddle Dee. You are a Waddle Dee. Because there really aren't many characters within Kirby other than the villains, or Kirby, Meta Knight, and King Dedede. There really aren't many. Kirby's not a series known for its sprawling list of side characters. I guess recurrent side characters. Who's Wispy Wood? Wait, does Wispy Woods even count as a character? Because he's just a tree. Wispy Woods is the equivalent of a punching bag. He shows up, he gets the apples knocked out of him, we move on, and we destroy the rest of the world. Redeads aren't in Kirby! Those are Zelda things! that glitch? What's that? I know, but I meant in Zelda, you literal forehead. We were talking about Kirby, you forehead. Don't go changing the series on us, or you are the forehead. You ordered the DLC of the game ever said, really? I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. But you had a small, I was thinking. Well, you know what you should do, Ash, if your head is small? Maybe read some books. Use some books to expand knowledge. And back to Twitter forum. I have not heard of that reset glitch. Interesting. Worryingly so. I'll need to look into that before I get my DLC. The only books I'm gonna read are the one thrown at your forehead. Then you will read nothing, because you can't aim at the forehead. It's too high off of the ground. Like, if you can't punch, then you can't throw. I already have a shiny Rayquaza. Exactly, Ash. See, this is what I've said before. All you do is feed me more wins. All you do is feed me more wins. Also, I wouldn't recommend trading away a shiny Rayquaza for a Walking Wake, because when we get DLC 2, we're going to be getting access to catching Walking Wake again at bare minimum. Bye-bye, Dominic. Have a good night. And again, if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I actually do have shiny Zygarde. I actually do have shiny Zigor. Yeah, I got shiny Zygarde before the forehead known as Slyman Boomer guy got his. Yeah, subscribe to the best forehead. So, you mean yourself, Ash? 'Cause I'm not a forehead. At least, you're more of a forehead than I am. Anything you can throw at me, I can throw right back at you. I'm rubber, you're glue. No. Yes, get Ash to 500 subscribers. She will have to do a sleeve lock of black and white, and she hates black and white. So send the love, send the support. We must break Ash. I must break you. It is indeed genuinely a great time. 'Cause I'm winning. I'm being attacked by the baking pan. Oh no. Have you tried throwing a cake at the baking pan? I'm gonna throw those games out the window if I lose. I'm surprised you bought those games, Ash. You hate them so much. Why would you waste the money on a game you don't even like? Or maybe you are secretly a closet Unova fangirl. Just pulling back all the layers of this intricately crafted character. Oh no, the only... Closet here is the one where I buried Gen 5 in. So you're saying is a love-hate relationship, then? I bought Violet twice. That's weird. Hello there, Mudkip! Hello there, Mudkip. So far we've gotten 4 shinies today. 4 of them. Yes, the Mudkip is back. Kind of true. Kind of want Gen 5 remake soon because I've never gotten to play them. Also, games. Yeah, we're not gonna get a Gen 5 remake for at the very least a year and a half. Like it's going to be a while before we get Univer remakes. It's just the way that their game release dev cycles go. What is your order of Gen's best first? Ooh, that's a good one, Bob Dole. Best toggles back and forth between Gen 5 and Gen 9. Then, of course, the other one would be second best. Third best, I would say Alola. I would say Alola is third best. Fourth best, Gen 4. Fifth, Gen 3. Sixth. No, actually not. Gen 8 above Sinnoh. So, 7th would be... So, third best would be Gen 8. Then, 4th best is Gen 4. 5th best is Hoenn. 6th best, Johto. But I feel like I'm forgetting one. Why do I feel like I'm leaving one out? Okay, let's take it from the top. Okay. Because I'm getting lost in this. Okay. So, first best, Gen 9 or Gen 5. Second best, Gen 5 or Gen 9. Third best, Gen 7. Fourth best, Gen 8. Fifth best, Gen 4. Sixth best, Gen 3. Seventh, Gen 2. Eighth, Gen 1. Worst, Kalos. There we go. I am slowly losing my mind. Then again, we all knew I was losing my mind. There. Well, Ore is technically Gen 3. The only thing that holds Gen 3 back for me is the physical special split not having happened. I find Gen 3 borderline unplayable. Like, Gen 3 through Gen 1, I find borderline unplayable because, like, garbage moves, garbage movesets, and the physical special split has not existed yet. If there was an official version of Gen 1 through 3 that had the physical special split, I'd enjoy it. Kalos needs a remake. It's hard to remake something where nothing existed in the first place. Kalos is a glorified Kanto remake. It's kind of hard to add on where nothing exists. It wouldn't be a remake at that point. It would literally be in a new game. Like, that's the reason why I say, like, Let's Go is my favorite iteration of Kanto. I find it the most playable version of Kanto there is. Because, like, everything has decent moves. You're not using a physical Gengar that gets Sludge or Lick. You're not using a Cloyster that has, like, 35 special attack. You know, you actually have Pokemon that have decent moves. Granted, the physical special split didn't really help Flareon at all, but, like, you can't really help Flareon. What even is... Exactly, Mudkip! Exactly! That is the correct question! Mine is Gen 4, then Gen 9, then Gen 5, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 1. Wow. Absol was gutted. There were so many Pokemon that were gutted prior to Generation, the physical special split, Bobdo. That's why I find Gen 1 through 3 borderline unplayable. And again, why I say Let's Go is the best iteration of Kanto there is. I vaguely know what a quesadilla is. I have never eaten one. Because I prefer American food. Like, we had Mexican for dinner. I just had meat, black olives, and a little bit of, salad. Well, not salad, lettuce, and like that's it. Like, I don't like Mexican food. Just give me a burger. Just give me burger and I will be fine. The only way to help Flareon is IDK Morph. That wouldn't help Flareon. It wouldn't help it because its hidden ability is Guts. And the only way it can use Guts is to poison itself with Toxic Orb, which kills it faster. And its best move is Flare Blitz, which is Recoil. It's also too slow and too frail. The only way to help Flareon would be if you rearranged its entire stat spread. That is the only way you could help Flareon, is completely redo its stat line. But Flareon does kind of fall into, like, the pitfall that the entire Eevee family does fall into, where they will always have, aside from Umbreon because reasons, they will always have one very crippling stat at minimum. Because, like, Umbreon is the only one that really kind of avoids this, because all of its high stats are HP, defense, and special defense. Because it doesn't use its speed, it doesn't use attacking them, it doesn't need them, so they can be, like, 60s, and it's perfectly fine. But, like, all the other ones, they will have a defensive stat in either both their defensive stats or one of their defensive stats in the 60s. Or they will be very slow and have a high defensive stat. I like Zeke. I bake in a black Zeke. Meta, go around and get gym badges, try to stop him. Team Flare from being a buffoon, kill everyone because... I mean, can we just take a second to appreciate the stupidity of a Lysander threatening to give you immortality with Xerneas? That version changeover did not go well. It's like, I will give you immortality as a threat. I will make you unkillable. Stop what I'm doing. Stop trying to stop me. I want a hyper offensive. So what you're saying is, you want Espeon, you want Jolteon, you want anything that is better than Flareon. I've never had beans on toast. I'm not British. I am Italian. German. I am not British. See these teeth? Not British. No, that's what it's better. That would be horrible. I don't think you quite realize, Casual, how bad mixed offenses to that degree are when the defensive stats are what the Eevee family has for defensive stats. Because then you'll be going in with either 95 speed and then all of your defensive stats are 60s to 50s. You will die to a stiff breeze. Ain't got Patrick Star looking teeth. Hello, Aiden. Like, that's actually kind of what we were talking about a bit earlier about Iron Valiant, where, like, that's kind of Iron Valiant's one big weakness, is that because it's a mixed attacker, its stats are too spread out. We've gotten 4 shinies today. 4. 2 Sandile, Vivillon, and a Psychic. Quack, quack. But yeah, like, if you just, like, lopped off, like, 60, like 30, even 20 points of Iron Valiant Special, like, it would actually be really, really bulky. Yeah, the luck comes back. Like, we've been cursed, like, the last 2 weeks of shiny hunting, and now the luck is returning to us. Like, it took something like Salamence, and even then, Salamence only, like, semi-fundamentally pulls it off, to be a mixed attacker. Like, fundamentally, mixed attackers are not very good unless you have, like, Arceus level stats. Unless you have, like, pseudo-legendary level stats. And even then, most mixed attackers don't do mixed in the same moveset. They have a physical or a special set. Again, that's where, like, Salamence was an oddity because it would just tech on Draco Meteor and just drop a Draco. But Salamence is the exception. It is exceptionally exceptional. No! No more shiny Bambis! No more shiny Bambis! I do not want any more shiny Bambi. If we do get shiny Bambi again, we're dining on venison. Like, if we get the... No! No more shiny Bambi. No shiny Bambi. Shiny Bambi should not be allowed to exist anymore. It needs to be Thanos snapped out of existence. It is maybe one of the few Unova Pokemon I detest. Bambi. Spupa honestly just looks like a person wrapped up in a blanket. Like, absolute blanket burrito. Actual blanket burrito mode. There we go. Sawsbuck. What does Sawsbuck even get? Like, I know it gets Horn Leech. But, like, what else does it learn? Because it's a normal and a grass type, which, with Return no longer existing, I feel like it lost a lot of its power. Sun and Moon had so many great Pokemon. Yes! Sun and Moon was... Sun and Moon had great designs for things. Like, Sun and Moon I honestly think... I'm a Gen 5 stan. But I think that Sun and Moon is more underrated than Unova. Because, like, Unova being underrated is, like, a generally established thing within the community. But Alola is so underrated. Ah, yes, high jump miss. High jump miss. Greatest of moves. The move that if you miss, you lose half your health. Because people want to hate when something didn't have megas. There's a very large psychological reason for why it is people hated Gen 7. It's for a large number of the same reasons actually people dislike Gen 5. And I just have a video kind of covering a lot of that, but a lot of it does have to do with, like, psychology and, like, mob mentality. It's fascinating to think about. Because, like, this brings me to one of my favorite quotes from Roanoke Gaming. Humans are intelligent, supposedly, apparently. Individually, we're smart, but you get a group of us together, we're dumb. It's like, that is the most effing true thing I have heard in a long time. It's like whenever we group together, our collective IQ drops by 50 points. I have to destroy the characters, though. The funny thing is, Casual, the cutscenes actually... The game is actually faster than any of the previous games. Like, the cutscenes... The only reason people dislike the cutscenes is because you can't button mash through them when it's actually faster than the scrolling text boxes. It also doesn't murder your A button, which, as someone who has a DS and has another DS with a bum A button, I don't hate. Again, it's just because we don't get that release of chemicals in our brain for moving to the next text box by mashing A repeatedly. We get a worse reaction when it's actually just intrinsically faster. How can you hate Guzma? I am convinced you did not actually play Alola if you hate Guzma. That is an impossibility. That is an absolute impossibility, Casual. But the thing is, if you delete Gen 7, you delete Guzma. You delete Gen 7, you kill Guzma. You murder him. It's either Guzma stays and all of Alola stays, or all of Alola goes away and you lose Guzma. You must choose, Casual. Choose! Then you have chosen wrong, Casual. Everyone's better than Lysander. Lysander is what you get when you take Getsis, Archie, Maxie, and Cyrus, and you throw them in a blender with Giovanni. And you all collectively add something that just drains 500 charisma points from them. And then you get Lysander. And that's not good. That is not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. But it is very satisfying to finally get shinies, like, actually when we hunt them. Also, Bob Dole, I've reached Master Ball tier. Gen 8 only saving Grays was Legends. If Legends didn't exist, Gen 8 would be the last. See, funny thing, Legends brings down Gen 8 for me. I would rather Legends does. I don't enjoy Pokedex grind the game. It's Let's Go, but worse. Can we just delete the gameplay of Gen 9? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You mean, like, everything other than, like, just the gameplay, so it's just a cutscene movie at that point? You need to explain, Mudkip. You need to explain. Hi, Back. I'm Meta. Nice to meet you, Back. We got dad jokes. We specialize in dad jokes. I call Gen 7 and they're dropping the ball. See, I would say Gen 6 was that. I would say Gen 6 was them dropping the ball. Let's make an entire generation where the main selling point is that everything else than this game was better than this game. And that is what Gen 6's entire marketing was. Don't care about the new stuff, only like the old Pokemon. If a game isn't gonna respect itself to make itself more marketable, I show it no respect as well. It does not deserve the respecto beans. It deserves only to be confined to the dustbin of oblivion and mediocrity. I don't know what the Sonic treatment is. You need to explain, Casual. I don't play Sonic. I don't understand these words. I do not understand these words. Bad games for years. I mean, the alternative is you disliked good games. That's the thing. The thing is. So that means you say Legends is a bad game, Casual. You're saying bad games until Gen 9? That means that you say Legends is a bad game? I don't know. Is it a good game or bad game? Is it a good game or bad game? There's no mid-gen. There's Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. There's no Gen, like, 8.5. There's Gen 8 or Gen 9. And it was Gen 8. There's no half generations. That's not how generations work. It's an all or nothing system. Who needs an entire with just legs? Oh, that's why we love it. That's why we love you, Mike. Yep. The game wasn't mid. Mid is giving the game too much credit. Mid is what Gen 4 was. And I would rather play Gen 4 than I play Legends. Because at the very least, Legends doesn't like Gen 4 at least lets you battle Pokemon. Legends is Legends is literally a fully expanded version of the Safari Zone as a game. If you want Legends, just play the Safari Zone. I will mock Gen 4, because it is not the best gen. It is overrated gen. The only reason people like Gen 4 is because of nostalgia. It is the same thing that happened with Gen 1. If you took Gen 4 and transplanted it out of, like, the context of nostalgia, it would be mid. It is exclusively nostalgia that props up Gen 4. I think a lot of the time with the menu overlook, Link's pants disappear in the menu. I love how... Platinum is 99% the same game as Diamond and Pearl! It's literally the same game! It's the same game! All you do is you fight Fantina and, like, one other gym leader in a different order. They just swap, like, okay, you fight Fantina 3rd. You don't fight her 4th or 5th. I would disagree. The atmosphere is different, but play-wise, like, it's the same. Although you two are arguing about Pokemon Talk, like, I know Breath of the Wild plays. I mean, to be fair, McGiff, you're like Breath of the Wild man. Mr. Wild, Breath of the Wild man. Platinum is basically the exact same game. Hello there, Midnight. How are you doing? Nuzlocke both, you won't understand. I have Nuzlocke both. Thanos E-Leaders. No. Always bring in the E-Leaders. Always bring in the E-Leaders. So I don't play Splatoon anymore. Or at least not as much anymore. So I don't have to deal with the E-Leaders anymore. I have escaped the E-Leaders. PLA will become nostalgia. Yes, we play. The thing is, Legends doesn't have a level playing field. The reason why Legends took off is because people wanted something different. It's an interesting psychological thing that people have, is that when wanting something different, it doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. People will look on that favorably. And this kind of is taken the end through, like, it's why I call it Breath of the Wild syndrome. Because, like, look at, people, like, went ooh and ah over Breath of the Wild when it first came out. Okay. Now, okay, with your game, it's nothing special. Nobody gives a shit about Breath of the Wild, other than, like, oh yeah, glitches are kind of fun in it. But it is exclusively because it is new. If there were other games like Legends, Legend would fade into nothingness. It's the same thing that actually would happen if there were more Shadow Pokemon games like Coliseum and XD. Because the same thing happened with Mystery Dungeon. There were like 5, 6 Mystery Dungeon games. And then the novelty wore off after a while. But when there's 1 or 2 games like that, it keeps that. I will eventually get it. That's why Legends kind of stands out the way it does. If we had other ones, then Legends would just drop off a cliff. The other thing is that Legends is a game where the entire game is just Pokedex grind. Like, I find that funny. People endlessly complain about how much they hate completing the Pokedex, and yet the same people will say that Legends is the greatest game ever despite the entire game being complete the Pokedex, but complete it like 6 times over for what a normal game Pokedex is, and I find that fascinating. Hi David, how's you doing? You can see the true power of the Dynamo Ruler. I mean, you gotta remember, Mudkip, I'm an idiot. I wouldn't recognize the goodness of the Dynamo Roller. Rosie, it is not good to lie. It is not good to lie, Rosie. Yeah, the thing is, most people don't miss rotation in triple battles, which is a large part of why they removed them for pretty much the same reason they removed the Battle Frontier. No one did anything. No one did anything with them in like any extended capacity. If I was mod, I'd time out Rosie for lying. I mean, you're working your way back up to mod position, Mudkip. You're working your way back there. You're working back up. Progress is being made. Your name is Ray. Middle Dapper of Gibdios was a real life composer. I have no idea what that means. Yes! He was. But I realized the mistake of giving Mudkip power. I realized that was a mistake. I'm not spoon-fed, Caleb! Yeah, asking to be mod is a good way of not becoming mod. It's very much a trust-based thing. But you said before you trusted me with mod because it's funny. Okay, that's not trusting you with mod because I trust you. That's trusting you with mod because you entertain me. That is two completely different things, Mudkip. It's like watching a toddler running around with a flaming stick. Flamethrowers. Flamethrowers is what happened if the Gibdo Queen was real. Just flamethrowers. Everywhere. Just call in John Wick. Side note, it's still impressed that Keanu Reeves, like, there's something about those John Wick movies. Like, it's the no flashy reload stuff that just, it's so great. It's like, oh, it's great. I've said before, you give long enough, stick. Exactly. It's like, again, that's why it's fun to watch, Mudkip. You're all with a stick. Casual, if we get another shiny Bambi, we're having venison for dinner. Hi, finally home. I'm Meta. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Finally home. Didn't know that was your name. How about no, Midnight? How about no? No. Also, Midnight, you're gonna need to rewatch. You're gonna have to rewatch the beginning of this because there was like just an all-out war earlier in the chat. You're gonna need to rewatch it because the shenanigans were had. There were shenanigans had. And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. It is not good to impersonate others, Stephanie. It's not good to do that. Hey. Ash, I only return what you give. I only return I return with excessive force that which you do to me. If you escalate, I will escalate back twofold. Alright? You know the terms. You know the terms of engagement. I will simply escalate them. Because I like to win. Winning is the only thing that matters. It's not the only thing, it's just the only thing that matters. See! Even Midnight agrees with me, Ash. Even Midnight's on my side here. See? Again, Ash, I can't keep winning if you don't... If you stop, I can't keep winning. You are the one that continues to allow me to win, Ash. I have given you multiple outs, and you, who are like Sly Man Boom Guy, refuse to take those outs. even when they are presented to you on a silver platter, because you enjoy making things hard for yourself, shiny little yarn ball thing! I'm better to stop winning. Exactly! See? Listen to Mudkip, Ash. I rarely will say listen to Mudkip, but he is correct in this case. Ball of yarn. I feel I am good by hunt luck. Yarn ball. Is ball of yarn. Is ball of yarn. I know you hate it, Ash. Too bad. Sounds like a skill issue, Ash. Sounds like a skill issue on your part. How do you continue to win off of my shiny luck when I have none for myself? Because I steal it. It is a skill issue, Ash. It is entirely a skill issue. Gotta work on those gains. See, I didn't get shinies myself for a few days. Like a week, we got no luck. And you know what? You keep up that grind set mindset, and eventually, you get overcome those skill issues. Alright? Alright? You gotta overcome those skill issues. You're honestly not wrong, Mudkip. It sounds like you've got some skill issues, Ash. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Send another 50 spam of gifts into my DM box? You gonna do that again, Ash? You gonna do 50 more? Try me. Try me, you coward. Parry this, you filthy casual. This is Ash. This is why we don't let the smart ones know our weaknesses. Midnight, that needs to be on a t-shirt. No, Mudkip! You're supposed to be on my side in this. Then again, you're on no one's side. You're on the side of chaos. See, here's the thing, though. If you... See, only when Mudkip sends me them do I think it's a problem. Mudkip is just a ball of chaos. He doesn't feed on chaos. He is chaos. He just spreads chaos. Like a black hole. Like the opposite of a black hole for chaos. The first Pokemon feed I still need to send one. I didn't send you any screenshots of infinite pings! That is outside the terms of our agreement! But, that is all for today, everybody. That is all for today. You lovely, wonderful people. And Mudkip. Oh boy. 5 shinies, 2 of which were duplicates. Was this one marked? Let's check see if it's marked. And a Vivillon, so Vivillon. Not marked. Timid nature, actually probably the perfect nature for competitively. You sent me a Curse Fusion after the last one, Mudkip. You sent me one after that, okay? You don't owe me a Curse Fusion anymore. The boom guy. Slyman boom guy. Is live, is he? Maybe we'll raid boom guy. Ooh. Could raid. Who do we raid? Maybe we raid Slyman. I'm not seeing Sly Guy anywhere in my feed. I'm not seeing Slyman. Then again, YouTube's whole weird thing of, like, it doesn't show people when they're live. Because YouTube is just weird about that. Oh, Tinier. Tinier. Mudkip. Mudkip, we can raid 10. We can raid Tinier. Midnight, Vivillon is French. It's not Spanish. It's French. Yes, what is Australia raid? What is Australia? Rosie, for once you are the raid tag user. Let's go. Let's go. What is Australia raid? It's French. It's not Spanish. Yes, yeah. You can use the old one. Alright, let's go raid Tinier. Let's raid Australia State, man. Bye-bye. Fair enough, Mudkip. Fair enough.